Hi everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if this is one of your first times joining me, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can do that right down below. And if you are a member of my Facebook page, or if you've liked my Facebook page, make sure you join the group that's just down below. Awesome. It is Thursday night. And this is part of my Now What series. So basically, this is where I take something from the studio and I just play along with it. And I'm doing something that I've actually done in a previous tutorial. But I realized a lot of people say, well, I didn't really watch your tutorial. I don't really watch to see what you do for your techniques. So I have something that I need to do with a technique with designer series paper. Now, I have to tell you, this is by far my favorite technique with designer series paper. There's so many different things that you can do, but I've shown this in my technique class. I'm going to show it again because I absolutely love the Countryside Inn designer series paper. Their dies, the embossing folder that goes along with it. And honestly, I'm going to just go with it and just do that particular thing. There's lots of things that I could do with designer series paper, but this one, it just sings to me. In any event, today, I don't know if you saw on my Facebook group, but I got to show you. I received this today. Oh my goodness. This is my pillow gifts for the incentive trip. You know, there's only, and I hate to say this, but I have to say it, is that there's only about 1% of the demonstrators that earn this trip. I've got to put this here. You should see what's inside. Now, I'm not going to show you what's inside. And the only reason I'm not is because I don't want to have a spoiler alert for the people that are on the trip and haven't received their box. So I will show you what's inside. It's amazing. And I have to put a huge shout out to all of you that helped me earn this incentive trip. Oh my goodness. I know, I can't wait to show you what's in there. I had to wait. I think I got my box today. I got home about noon. I got my box around noon, and then I had to wait till about 4 o'clock because I opened it with Melva. So in any event, it's amazing what's in the box, and I'm so tickled. On this cruise, apparently they're not giving us pillow gifts. So what they're doing is they sent the gifts to us whether we decide to do it or not. In any event, let's jump on down. I know it's so fun with what's there. All right, so let's go on down to my desktop. So this Countryside Inn is amazing. It has so many beautiful different things that go along with it. It actually is it's actually part of the monthly card club that I'm doing, and it's going to have where it's going to use this designer series paper. Oh my goodness. Let me go in here, and the Countryside Inn is on page 62. I wouldn't have even gotten there on page 62, but you've got to see what's in there. It has this beautiful background stamp. I am going to show you how to use that background stamp, but this designer series paper is to die for. And then it also has this embossing folder, and this embossing folder is just like this, and it's called the Countryside Blossoms Embossing Folder, and you can't really see it. Let me just bring this down here, and you can maybe see the design on it. We're going to use that. A lot of people think, oh, we're going to use an embossing folder and we use it just with plain cardstock. That's not necessarily true. Also, that goes along with this particular suite is this Lasting Joy stamp set. And we're going to use that as well with this particular card. So like I say, this is part of my Now What series, right? So you've got this suite and you're going, well, okay, I can cut the dies. I can do that sort of thing. I can use the embossing folder, but how am I going to tie everything together? Well, I'm going to show you. All right, so I do have, oh my goodness, I don't think I'll ever get sick of this Misty Moonlight. I think it's such a beautiful color, and I see that this is cut off. So that is not a good thing. So let me grab a piece of the Misty Moonlight. And I want to actually show you, a lot of people do not cut and score like I do, but I do like to have this, and I want to show you, this is to me a tip that, like, I know I'm going to have lots of card bases that are made with the Misty Moonlight, right? So I want to go in and I want to score this at 4 1/4, because when I do it at 4 1/4, that's going to be 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. So to me, that's going to work really good for me to do it that way. All right, so I thought I had my scoring blade in here, but obviously I don't. So I'm going to grab the one that goes in the take your pick tool. So I'm just going to take this, take out my paper piercing or my piercing thing, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to go in. Normally when I score cardstock, I would use the bigger one, but because I'm using my cutting or my trimmer, I'm going to use the little one, and you'll see why I'm doing that. So I'm going to score this. Whoops. I'm going to score this at 4 1/4. Remember, when I scored this part at 4 1/4, it's going to be 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. So I'm just going in with my little stylus and just bringing that down like that. And then when I go to cut this, I'm going to cut it at 5.5. And I'm going to have 2 pieces of cardstock that's cut together. And honestly, this is such an easy way to do this. I have a box on my desk, and basically it has all these half pieces. Some of them are like at the 4 1/4, but in any event, I have that. Okay. Now, this, like I say, is 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4, because we scored it at 4 1/4. I'm just going to fold it into the mountain. We'll come in with our bone folder. Now, you notice that this take your pick tool, and you know what? In the new catalog, this catalog that's live, there are extra accessories to this take your pick, but unfortunately it's not available right now. All right. So Misty Moonlight, I then have a piece that is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and this happens to be basically basic white. And then I have this piece here, and this is from that beautiful paper. Like, I could use this side of the paper, I could use this side of the paper, but I did put this through with this embossing folder, beautiful embossing folder. And the side that is the embossed side is very important, that it has the side that the label is on. So I ran that through. But see, this is the designer series paper. We're going to put that on there, but kind of drab. We've already done that sort of thing. So what we want to do is, I want to, I was looking for my, oh, I know what I'm going to do. Anyways, this is like this, but this is the beauty of a technique. And like I say, this is on my technique. I think it's called Distressed. And we are going to go in, and I have taken a painter's sanding block. Now, this one's a little bit coarser than what I usually use. And I'm just going to take this, and I'm going to lightly move it over this embossing. We don't want to rip it. We could sand it like this. Now, there's so many different techniques that you can do with designer series paper, but look at this. When I sand it, the white core from this designer series paper, we sand off the top of the paper. So, but then the pieces that are distressed and down in there have the colors of the rest, and the colors are like a balmy blue and also Misty Moonlight. Now, we have coming in the new catalog, which I don't have yet, the other stuff, is we do have a ribbon that is also Misty Moonlight. So we want to kind of rub that off. Now, again, there's a great technique to do with this like this, but that's for another day, right? So this is going to just go on here, and see how beautiful that is. Not only does it just show off that embossing folder, but it also adds more texture to just doing embossing. And this is on a designer series paper. Remember, this is the embossed side, and this is the side that goes up to here. So we have that. And I'm thinking to myself, I would really like to have some ribbon on here. And honestly, boho blue goes really, really well with this as well. I don't even know where my Night of Navy ribbon went, but see how beautiful that is on there. It kind of just adds a little tiny bit on there. And I'm going to actually have this go this way, because I went and I cut out from the dies, and these are the nested dies from this suite. And let me bring that back in. I think I had it out. Here they are. They're just like this, and these are the the countryside corner dies, and these all fit inside one another. But anyways, this goes like that. And I'm thinking to myself, let's do this across there. So I think the best thing to do would be to turn. Yes, it's so pretty. And honestly, this just, you could do it on this side, but I think this side is better. And on this side on the designer series paper had polka dots on it. That's that. So you're changing it up completely, right? Let's go ahead and let's put that onto our card base, our basic white card base. Because I'm going to attach the ribbon. We're going to kind of do a faux bow. But I'm going to do it so that there's some cardstock behind, because if I put this ribbon on, it would kind of pull this designer series paper, and it could quite likely rip it. So I'm just going to put this on here. Just like that. Well, then at this point, we're going to put this ribbon on. Now you can see I was playing around with this. I was seeing what could happen with the ribbon. I'm going to just take it off. And we're just going to cut that off, and I'll just trash that actually. Now there is a right and a wrong way to this ribbon, but it depends on the look that you want. So I'm going to go, like I say, this is going to be like a faux bow. So I'm coming in with my tear and tape, and my credit card is at the other end of the table, and I'm not going to go get it because this is quite easy that you don't have to worry about it. It having to be ripped straight. There we go. So I'm just going to come in this way, and let's go ahead and take this tear and tape off. I'm going to actually bring it down a little bit further because we don't need it that long. Oops. And let's go ahead, put that across. Now this would look really nice with that bordered Night of Navy ribbon, but I also think the new Misty Moonlight bordered ribbon would be very pretty with this as well. So I'm just putting this here, and I'm going to then turn it over because we want to make sure, see, it's not straight, right? So we want to make sure it's straight. And you know, if you want, you can turn around and just do that on your grid sheet to make sure that you've got it straight on there. And then I'm just going to come back in with my ribbon and put it over top, because that's going to secure that ribbon, and that ribbon's not going to come off. All right, so let's go ahead and put that onto the front. To me, it's funny because I have to tell you, I think this is just gorgeous. And I really honestly think that this would go great as a Norwegian card. In that box, I did get a congratulations card, and it uses this embossing folder, but oh my goodness, it changes the color up and has it with those colors that are on that box. So much fun. I can't wait to show you that box. But for the courtesy of the people that haven't gotten theirs delivered, I would be upset if I saw it. No, I wouldn't be upset. I'll be honest with you. I'm like a kid in the candy shop. Just give it to me now, right? All right. So we have that. And see these things here. These are ones, and I've gone and I've actually got ahead. I've stamped them this way. And I don't know, do I like it like that? Yeah, I kind of do. I'm going to do a Now What series with the particular, these dies and also that stamp set. I really do like this, but let's go ahead. And this stamp set that goes along with it, the Lasting Joy. I'm so thankful. Birthday wishes always. I missed your birthday. I'm going to just actually go in here and let's pull in one of these stamp sets. And maybe this stamp set as well. Oh, maybe we should put these on different ones. I'm going to put this on one that's here. Now, I want this to be like a monochromatic card. So I'm not going to have too many different things, but I'm coming in with my Misty Moonlight. I'm just going to put this just down here because I'm thinking to myself, it'd be really, really kind of nice to have bigger words on here, but it's not going to work. I think I'll put, let's go here, and I could turn this over if it's not going to work. Now, there's these little leaves that go in here, and I still haven't figured those out yet. So let me figure that out, and I'll show you that on the next Now What image. Oops, I just lost a stamp set on the floor. So I'm coming in with my birthday wishes. Who always needs a birthday card, right? So let's just go here. I love that extra font on there. You know what I mean? All right, so let's go and put this here. You know, I really like this single one too. But I could have gone, and I've got these where I could have this so it's like oh, how do I say? Where it's giving different dimension. Oh, help me out here. You're impressed I waited for Melba. Oh my goodness. You have no idea. I have a picture of me hanging off my box. I did nothing today because I was waiting for that box. So honestly, yeah, it took quite a while. Okay, so I'm just going to do this, and we're going to do a faux bow here. But I think I can put this like this. And it's kind of one of those kind of cards. It's nothing too special, but it's just kind of showing you, especially this background, right? All right, let's put this on there. I would hope people would wait for me. I know Allison didn't wait for us, but that's okay. We told her to go ahead and do it. Honestly, if I'd gotten my box the day before, I would just go ahead and do it. I was so tempted to look at it. Oh my goodness. Stampin' Up really does spoil us. I will tell you that right now. So let's just do that like that. We'll put that on there. Now, I'm wondering if maybe I should change this up just a bit. We could also, with this, is do a boho blue in the background. I don't know if I like the fact that, no, I'm okay with that like that. So I am going to go in, and I'm actually going to use strips of the embossing. I mean the dimensionals. Tunnel. Pat, thank you. It's like a, there's another one. I know it's like a tunnel sort of thing, but there's another name for it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyways, we're going to come in with this, and we're just going to put that there. Then I'm going to have another one over here. I'm going to take those tips off on the paper. That's it, Patricia. Telescopic. Yes, it's like that kind of look. That would be kind of fun to play with. I think I have an idea that I think it'd be really kind of cool to do that. But to do it in such a way that I'm coming in with my little dimensionals on here, and I'm going to use these strips as well. But I think it'd be kind of fun to do with some of that funky paper, maybe that paper that is like the astronaut paper. I think that would be fun in there as well. All right, so I'm just going to cut this part off. But telescopic, that's it. I think another word you could use is radiating. I'm not sure. Hello, Marie. Hello, everyone. Nice bow. You like your bow? You know what? Faux bows are the best. And honestly, with this ribbon, you need to go with a faux bow. You cannot tie. Well, you can, but it's not a great looking bow. So I would do just the faux bow that's on there as well. Oh, this whole suite is amazing. Like I say, there's some parts of it that are not available right now, and that's the embossing folder. Unfortunately, this piece, it was available at the beginning of the month, but it's already sold out. So they're just waiting for it to come on their next shipment. So I'm not worried about ones like that because I think they'll be coming. All right, so I'm just going to put this over here, and maybe, yeah, I better put them over there. So that's what I like about these mini dimensionals. I have this extra bit right here, and I'm just going to go in and just do a tiny little bit here. Now you could use the strips as well, but I kind of like this. Whoops. But just think, this just extends your designer series paper, makes you look like you're having something a little bit different, right? I know, Marie, and it's going to be a while. And of course, with me going away, it's probably going to be that much. It hasn't even shipped yet. Unfortunately, it hasn't even shipped. Yes, I know. But we do know that Stampin' Up is having their issues with the shipping. Not their issues. They're just so far behind. So unfortunately, you're going to have to wait till I get back. Probably the 29th is when you'd be able to get it. They'll all be sitting here waiting by my front door, not outside. I do have the app, then I know when things are delivered. So, all right. So we have this. You know what? That looks like a tip, so I'm just going to take that off. I don't want that showing. There we go. All right. So what we want to do is just put this up here. Yeah, like I say, this is the monthly card club. We're using this beautiful, beautiful suite. Just going to pull this over just a bit. The beauty of doing a faux bow is you can also move your bow. So I'm just going to put this here. This is kind of an easy card, but just showing you different ways that you can do it. Now, what would have been kind of neat, now that I'm thinking of it, is I could have stamped some of these flowers onto the thing there. Right, so we're just going to do it like that. Now, what I want to do is I want to put dimensionals across the top and the bottom. And that's very important because if it hits onto the ribbon, it doesn't work very well. So let me just take the rest of this off. And I'm just going to cut this in half. So like I say, you're kind of getting, this to me, like I said, gives you a Norwegian vibe, right? It's very, like I say, I'm very impressed with how Stampin' Up treated us, that's for sure. And I do appreciate all my customers that help me get there. All right, so let's just put that there. Like I say, it's on the top and the bottom. And then we also want to go in and we want to put some embellishments on here. Now, I want to have a white sort of idea on there. So, because I haven't got the rest of my embellishments, I'm going to come in with my iridescent pearls again. Wow, this is so pretty. Better in real life. Like, take a look. All right, so where did that pearl go to? There we go. So we're just going to put these pearls on here. Kind of lose those as well, right? And I'm going to put 3 of the big ones on here. Now, it would have been nice to be able to, let's see. I wonder what that would have looked like. Let me turn around and check that out. We have these embellishments. Would that have been better? They would have shown up more. So this is the boho blue. So I'm just coming in and taking those off because I can change my mind, right? Thank you. There we go. We'll just put that off there. And then I'm going to come in with these. It is. It's kind of a, it's just very plain. Think of how quickly you can pump these out, right? Let's put that there. And let's put the smaller one. Let's put it right on. We want to go in the triangle, right? And then we also have this part here. And let's go in and do some stamping with that. I know my, there we go. I know the stamp pad fell on the floor, so. All right, let's go with our Misty Moonlight. So my goodness, it's just over a week before I leave to go to England. And it's going to be fun. I've been talking with my son. And yeah, he's almost ready to go. And then one right here as well. This says birthday wishes. Do I have something else that I could put on here? Hoping for better days ahead? No. May the years ahead be filled with lasting joy. That would work. Happy birthday. I missed your birthday. You know what? I'm going to leave this because to me, I'm thinking to myself, well, I don't want to give a birthday card if I'm missing it, right? So let's go ahead and just put that there. So this will be showing up on my blog on Tuesday. Honestly, designer series paper technique I was going to use was the thing that I did with the Zany Zoo, but I want to use that for my graduation card for another blog hop. So very careful that I'm not touching that Misty Moonlight. Thank you. And if you are Jan, what you would do is you would cut this and you would put this on the envelope as well, right? So we could do that quite easily. Like I say, this designer series paper is this designer series paper. Talk about making it totally different. And like I say, this kind of gives you a bit of a Norwegian flair. This also shows you different things that you can do with this. Like I've got this one as well. I could have done an awful lot. Oh, I just thought of something else, but in any event. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me. Remember to give me the thumbs up. Remember to share my video. I really do appreciate it. And another thing is what's happening is on Saturday, it's our virtual launch. So I won't be doing my card sketch on Saturday. I will be doing it on Sunday, but I bumped it up an hour later, and I'm going to be doing it at 11 o'clock for my card sketch, which is going to be card sketch number 156, 155, I believe. I'm not sure. In any event, on Sunday at 11 o'clock Pacific time, I will be doing my sketch then. If you have any questions at all, any ideas for me that you'd like to see me do, I would love for you to reach out to me. If there's anything that you could give me an idea of what to do for techniques, for fancy folds, just reach out. Anyways, you guys, remember to create. This is great for the soul. And we will see you on Sunday, 11 o'clock Pacific. Bye for now.